Welcome dear students. This video describes lesson number 3 exogenetic processes module 2. In lesson number 3 exogenetic processes part 1 in module 1, let's recap what we have studied. In the beginning we have studied about exogenetic processes. Exogenic processes or external forces working on the Earth's surface occur due to solar energy, gravitational force, and kinetic energy associated with the moving object on the Earth's surface, which lead to the formation or degradation of landform. Then we have studied about weathering. The breaking up of rock is called weathering. It is a natural phenomena occur on the Earth's surface. It caused due to the changes in the temperature, pressure, chemical reaction and biological factors. Then we have studied that weathering can be of three types such as mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, and the last one we have biological weathering. In the mechanical weathering, we have studied that breaking or weakening of rock without any changes in the chemical composition is called mechanical weathering. Exfoliation, granular weathering, and block disintegration are the main type of mechanical weathering. Mechanical weathering is caused due to change in temperature, frost, crystal growth, release of pressure, and water granular. So student, in lesson number 3, exogenetic processes, part 1, module 2, in this you can able to understand the meaning of weathering and what are the main types of chemical weathering, then meaning of biological weathering and how does biological weathering occur on the Earth's surface. And at the end we'll understand about what is mass movement and what are the types of mass movements. Now let us try to understand chemical weathering. Here we are going to understand chemical weathering with the help of the experiment. So let's begin with the chemical weathering. Here we have an experiment. Let's try. For this we require a glass of water and a piece of chalk. Then put a piece of chalk in a glass of water as shown here. On the next day, observe what has happened to it. So student, through this experiment, you will come to know that the color of the water had changed. It turned into different color as we use here multicolored chalks. It happened due to the chalk dissolved in the water. So students, you may know that water is a universal solvent. Many things get dissolved easily in the water. The solubility increases because the matter has dissolved in water, and those material which does not dissolve easily in the water get dissolved in another solutions. Let's take more information about chemical weathering. As in the previous slide, we have studied that water is a universal solvent. Many things get dissolved easily in the water. So, water plays an important role in the chemical weathering. As you all know that rock is a form of a mixture. It includes many materials. In areas that receive heavy rainfall, chemical weathering occurs. So student, as we know that the areas that receive heavy rainfall, chemical weathering occurs. So in such areas with the heavy rainfall, chemical weathering occurs in a three ways. Let's see what they are. Carbonation, solution, and then we have oxidation. Let's see in detail about carbonation with the help of examples. Let's take more information about carbonation. Students, you may know that the rainwater travels to the atmosphere before reaching on the Earth's surface. Carbon dioxide in the air get mixed in the water in this process. So, dilute carbonic acid get formed. For example, water and carbon dioxide together form carbonic acid. So, material such as limestone get easily dissolved in such acid. Chemical weathering occurs due to solution. Students, you all know that water is a universal solvent as it is capable of dissolving more substances than any other liquid. Let's take example as you all are aware that about lemon juice. Lemon juice, sugar and salt, also water mix even and form a solution. So, when a substance is dissolved in water, the resulting liquid is called a solution. So, student, similarly, some mineral in the rock get dissolved in the water. Here we have example of solution. Limestone is formed due to chemical precipitation between water and alkalis. Here we have another example of solution. At Vadgaon Darya in Ahmednagar district, limestone gets precipitated chemically and undergoes chemical weathering again. Similarly, because of solution, alkalis in the rock dissolve and make them brittle. So again, this incident happened because of the chemical weathering. The rocks can easily break apart. Let us study now another way of chemical weathering, that is oxidation. Let's study with the help of example. Students, you all know about the rusted nails. For this experiment, we need to take few iron nails and wet cloth. So, wrap few iron nails in a wet cloth, keep it for 2 days, open the wet cloth after 2 days and observe what happens. So student, in this experiment, you will notice that there are some stains on the cloth and they are reddish or brown in color. As the cloth is wet, reddish or brown rust must have formed on the iron nails wrapped in it. This could be the reason for the stains. So student, please remember that oxidation process occurs in rocks also, which have iron present in them. The iron in the rocks come into contact with water and chemical reactions take place between iron and oxygen. Hence, a reddish colored layer forms on the rocks as you can see in this slide. This is called rust. There are many more processes involved in a chemical weathering beside the one mentioned in the previous slide. Daily life examples include moistening of table salt in a rainy days, apple slices turning into the brown. Now let us take more information about another type of weathering, that is biological weathering. Biological weathering occurs because of the work of living organisms such as plants or trees and animals. Animals such as ants, rat, mice, rabbit and other worms and insects make burrows in the ground because of their day-to-day activity. So, weathering of rocks occur. This is called biological weathering. As you all know that in the previous slide we have studied that biological weathering occurs due to the work of living organisms like plants and animals. Let's see here how does biological weathering occurs due to plants or trees. As you can see in this image that as per the growth of the plant, the roots of plant grow between the cracks and crevices of rocks or structure. These roots grow bigger in a period of time and create tension in the rock and start breaking them. As you can see in the another image that the roots of plant create a tension in the rock and start breaking them. So student, such weathering is known as biological weathering due to plants or trees. In biological weathering, beside this, moss, lichen, algae, and other flora grows in the rocks and hence their roots cause weathering. Let us understand the mass movements. Students, let's observe here. You will notice that rock particles or materials start moving along the slope. So, it happened due to gravity. The weathered rock material start moving along the slope due to gravity and accumulates near the foothill or the gentle slope. This process has been happening for a year. So, the weathered material form a conical heap at the foothills. When these weather materials move downward due to gravity, it is called mass movement. So, student, please remember that when the weather particle move downwards due to gravity, it is called mass movement. Let us understand the types of mass movement. Mass movement can be occur in two ways: rapid mass movement and slower mass movement. Let us understand now about the rapid mass movements. Rapid mass movements occurs on the steeper slopes. Rapid mass movement is more in the region having humid climate and the steeper slope. As you can see here in the rapid mass movement, rock, rock particles, soil and soil particle forms on the slope. When it rains in heavily in such areas, the rainwater penetrates the weather material such as soil, soil particles, rock and rock particles, and their weight increases because of the water. The weather material move very rapidly and come down the slope. This process is known as rapid mass movements. In the rapid mass movements, rock falls, landslide, and land subsidence occur rapidly. Their effects are also very destructive. So student, many landslide and mudslide have occurred in the past in India. Here we have example of mudslide incident which happened in Maharashtra. There was a massive mudslide which occurred at Malin village of Pune district on July 2014. Now let us understand about slumping. Student, sometime as you can see in this slide, the weathered material means rocks, rock particle, soil and soil particle does not move downward. They remain where they are. So we can say that sometime weathered material do not move downward. They remain where they are. This is called slumping. So please remember that sometimes the weathered material do not move downward but sink where they are. This is known as a slumping. Let's learn about slower mass movement. Slower mass movement occurs on a gentler slope and in an area with a dry climate, and the mass movement occurs slowly. Soil creep is a common phenomena in such areas. As you can see here, along the slope, small layer of soil and the soil particles accumulates because of the movement of the soil. This process is known as a solifluction. Erosion also occurs on the Earth's surface. As you all know that when the rocks are eroded and washed away by the wind and water, it is known as erosion. So, like weathering and mass movement, erosion is an external process occur on the Earth's surface. Erosion occurs through various agents such as running water, wind. Also, erosion includes glaciers and seawater and the groundwater. Let's recap what we have studied so far. So, we have studied that exogenetic processes or the external forces working on the Earth's surface occur due to solar energy, gravitational force and kinetic energy associated with the moving object on the Earth's surface, which lead to the formation or degradation of landform. Then we have studied about weathering. Weathering is a natural phenomena occurs on the Earth's surface. Breaking or weakening of rock is a natural phenomena is known as weathering. Weathering can be of three ways. First, we have studied about mechanical weathering. Mechanical weathering is also known as physical weathering. It occurs due to temperature, frost, crystal growth, release of pressure, water and exfoliation. Then we have studied chemical weathering. Chemical weathering occurs because of water. Water is a universal solvent. It plays an important role in a chemical weathering such as carbonation, solution and oxidation. And at the last we have studied biological weathering. Biological weathering occurs due to the work of living organisms like plants and animals. Besides these, algae, moss, lichen and other flora grow in the rock. Animals and living organisms such as ants, rats, mice, rabbits and other worms and insects are responsible for biological weathering. Also, we have studied about mass movements. The eroded material start moving along the slope due to gravity and accumulates near the foothills or the gentler slope. So, this mass movement can be of two ways such as rapid mass movement and slower mass movement. In rapid mass movement, we have studied that rapid mass movement occurs on a steep slopes. It includes landslides, rock falls, land subsidence, slumping and mudslide. And we have studied about another type of mass movement, that is slow mass movement. Slow mass movement occurs on a gentle slope. It includes soil creep and solifluction. Also, we have studied that erosion is an external process. It occurs through the various agents like wind, running water, glaciers, seawater and groundwater. So students, more information about erosion we will take in our next lesson, that is exogenetic processes part 2.